Every bottle of mold-removing bleach you buy from the supermarket is not actually a cleaning product. It is an invisible recurring subscription contract that the $40 billion industry has forced you to sign without you even knowing it. The chemical industry has been deceiving us for decades. The spotted black mold behind your bathroom tiles, the orange fungus clinging to your grout lines, or the green moss that grows back every winter on your windowsills, they absolutely do not want you to destroy them permanently. Because a problem solved once and for all can never generate $3 billion in recurring revenue every single year. Right now, we are going to expose the massive money-printing machine behind those black mold spots. We will uncover the exact physical mechanism that chemical corporations are using to ensure mold is forced to grow back in your home every 3 to 6 weeks. And most importantly, I will reveal to you a liquid sitting right in your kitchen right now. A liquid that costs less than $1 but possesses the power to destroy the root and sever this ruthless cycle permanently. This is the truth that chemical corporations have tried to bury and prayed you would never find. Why does the mold always return after 3 to 6 weeks, even when you have scrubbed the surface completely clean? You think it is because the bathroom is too humid. You think you did not scrub hard enough. You are wrong. The product you used was physically engineered to fail. To understand the trap you are in, you have to understand what you are actually fighting. Mold is not a bacteria. It is not dust. It is a living fungus. And like any fungus, it has a root system. The black spots you see on the surface of your shower grout are just the leaves of the plant. The actual living organism is a network of microscopic roots called hyphae, reaching 3 to 5 millimeters deep into the porous material of your bathroom tiles, your silicone caulking, and your painted drywall. Now look at the bottle of commercial mold remover under your sink. The active ingredient is sodium hypochlorite. We call it bleach. Bleach is highly reactive, but it has an incredibly high surface tension. That means it cannot penetrate porous materials. When you spray commercial bleach onto your bathroom grout, it hits the surface and stops dead. It cannot penetrate even 0.5 millimeter into the material. So what happens when you spray it? The bleach aggressively attacks the visible surface mold. It literally bleaches the dark pigment white and breaks down the surface cellular structure. You wipe it away. The grout looks perfectly clean. You think you won the battle, but underneath the surface, 3 millimeters down in the dark, the entire root network is completely unharmed. And this is where the science becomes sinister. That bottle of commercial mold remover is not pure bleach. It is typically a solution of 3 to 10% sodium hypochlorite. The remaining 90 to 97% is pure water. When you spray that solution onto a porous surface, the active chlorine chemical stays on the top and rapidly evaporates into the air you breathe. But the water does not evaporate immediately. That 90% water content soaks deep into the grout, directly into the surviving root network. You did not just fail to kill the mold. You literally just watered it. You provided the exact moisture the underground roots need to regenerate. This is the biological mechanism that guarantees the mold will push back through the surface in 3 to 6 weeks. It is a perfectly engineered cycle of dependency. You eliminate the visible colony. You feed the hidden roots. The colony rebuilds. You buy another $12 bottle. You might think this is just a product flaw. It is not. It is a brilliant $40 billion business model. The global mold removal segment alone is worth $3 billion annually. If they sold you a solution that penetrated the grout and killed the root network permanently, they would annihilate their own revenue stream. They do not want a cure. They want a monthly subscription. In 1994, the Environmental Protection Agency published guidance recommending bleach products as the standard for household mold cleanup. This guidance was developed in close consultation with the Soap and Detergent Association trade group. That specific trade group was funded by the exact same multinational corporations manufacturing the bleach products being recommended to the public. During those hearings, independent scientists submitted peer-reviewed data proving that bleach was entirely ineffective against porous surface mold. They provided decades of evidence showing that simple acetic acid significantly outperformed commercial bleach in cellular destruction and penetration depth. Their objections were formally acknowledged, physically filed away, and completely ignored. The guidance recommending bleach was pushed through and remains functionally unchanged today. Those 30 years of ignored science represent an estimated $90 billion in household cleaning product sales. They built a financial empire by ensuring you remain locked in a constant, unwinnable war against a fungus they actively help you cultivate. But the truth could not be hidden forever. Because the ultimate weapon against this recurring nightmare is not locked in a corporate laboratory. It has been sitting in plain sight for thousands of years. We are talking about 5% acetic acid. You know it simply as white distilled vinegar. When you understand how this everyday liquid interacts with fungal cell membranes at a microscopic level, you will realize why the cleaning industry had to spend millions of dollars in marketing to make you forget about it. White vinegar does not have the high surface tension of bleach. It is biologically capable of penetrating deep into porous materials. It travels straight down into the grout lines, following the exact same path as the underground root network. Once the 5% acetic acid makes contact with the fungal cell wall, it does not just sit on the surface. It penetrates the membrane. It breaches the organism. Inside the cell, the acid radically shifts the internal pH balance. The fungus cannot regulate this sudden shock. Its cellular structure literally dissolves from the inside out. The organism does not go to sleep. It does not retreat. It is completely, utterly destroyed. In 2015, a major study published in the International Journal of Food Microbiology tested 5% acetic acid against 11 distinct strains of common household mold. The results were devastating for the cleaning industry. Against every single strain, including the notoriously toxic black mold, the acetic acid achieved total cellular destruction within 48 hours. 5% acetic acid is the exact concentration of standard white distilled vinegar sitting in grocery stores right now for under $1 a liter. But destruction is only half the battle. To permanently break the cycle of dependency, you have to make sure the environment is entirely uninhabitable for future spores. This is where the second ingredient comes in. Sodium bicarbonate. You know it as baking soda. Mold spores are everywhere in the air we breathe. They are constantly looking for a damp, porous surface to land on and germinate. But mold has a critical biological weakness. It requires a neutral or slightly acidic surface environment to survive. It thrives when the surface pH is between 4 and 7. When you apply baking soda to a porous surface like bathroom grout, you fundamentally alter the chemistry of that material. Baking soda naturally raises the surface pH to a level between 8 and 9. At a pH of 8, mold spores are completely paralyzed. They cannot activate. They cannot root. They cannot grow. It is the equivalent of trying to plant a seed in solid concrete. In 2017, a University of Florida study confirmed this exact mechanism. Researchers heavily contaminated bathroom tile and grout samples with highly concentrated mold spores. After a single application of baking soda, 0 new mold colonies formed over a 90-day observation period. 90 days of total prevention from a powder that costs 30 cents a box. This is the permanent solution the $40 billion industry has spent decades trying to erase from your memory. They buried it because it works. You cannot patent white vinegar. You cannot trademark baking soda. You cannot build a recurring revenue empire on a $1 solution that solves the problem permanently. You no longer have to pay a monthly subscription to multinational chemical corporations just to breathe safe air in your own home. You do not have to expose your lungs to toxic chlorine fumes that actively feed the very fungus you are trying to kill. Here is exactly what you need to do to take back control of your home today. Get a bottle of pure white distilled vinegar. Do not dilute it with water. The 5% acidity is the exact threshold required for total cellular destruction. Spray the vinegar heavily onto the molded grout, the silicone caulking, and the bathroom tiles. Now this next step is where most people fail because they are impatient. Do not wipe it. Do not scrub it. Leave the room and wait for 1 full hour. The acetic acid requires time to travel deep into the porous material and hunt down the underground root network. If you wipe it away immediately, you are making the exact same mistake as using bleach. After exactly 1 hour, return to the bathroom and sprinkle dry baking soda directly onto the wet vinegar surface. You will hear an immediate fizzing reaction. That reaction is actively driving the sodium bicarbonate deep into the microscopic pores of the grout. Let the fizzing stop. Take a stiff brush and scrub the paste into the lines. Rinse the entire area with warm water and wipe it completely dry. For severe cases that have been neglected for years, you may need to repeat this process for 3 consecutive days. But once that root system is dead, it is dead. To guarantee it never returns, simply dissolve 2 tablespoons of baking soda in a cup of warm water and spray it lightly over your clean shower walls once every few months. Let it air dry. That invisible alkaline shield will stop any future spores from ever taking root. The age of chemical dependency in your own home ends today. The knowledge to protect your health and your wallet has always been yours to claim. If you found value in this buried truth, hit subscribe and share this video with just one person. Every time this information is shared, we take a fraction of power back from the corporations that profit from keeping us in the dark. The next truth we uncover will be even more disruptive. The age of chemical dependency in your own home ends right now. You no longer have to pay a monthly subscription to multinational corporations just to breathe safe air. The knowledge to protect your family and your wallet has always been yours to claim. Remember the exact protocol because they are hoping you fail. Use undiluted 5% white vinegar. Spray it heavily. Wait exactly 1 full hour. Do not rush this step. Let the acid hunt down the deep root network. Then apply the dry baking soda. Let the chemical reaction fizz. Scrub the grout thoroughly and rinse it clean. To guarantee the mold never returns, dissolve 2 tablespoons of baking soda in warm water and spray it lightly over your clean shower walls every 3 months. Let it air dry to create an invisible alkaline shield. A $1 permanent solution effectively replaces a lifetime of toxic dependency. If you found value in this buried truth, hit subscribe and share this video with just one person today. Every single share takes power back from the corporations that profit from keeping us blind. Stay vigilant. The next truth we uncover together will be even more disruptive.